October 7, 6:30 in the morning started this ferocious attack, which had been planned in detail for at least 2 years by Hamas. It started with a rain of rockets, while simultaneously hundreds of Hamas soldiers from a special unit known as the Nakba that were training specifically for this moment infiltrated Israel through underground tunnels. Then came a key moment when the enemy attacked the sophisticated system of cameras and remote machine guns that watches over the border with Gaza using drones and targeted explosive devices.
מה שראינו במהלך הפתיחה זה הטלה של חימושים קטנים. דברים האלה הם דברים שהם ברמה של מוצרי מדף שמוכרים בעולם.
The next stage was damaging generators and eliminating energy sources that are actually the power suppliers for the electric fence surrounding the Gaza Strip, killing the military communication net of the outposts surrounding the Gaza Strip and destroying other cameras that are part of the defense system. So the entire technological defense system was out of the game from a very early stage. At this point, the signal was given. The fence surrounding the strip was breached in 20 different locations. The enemy was ready for the only few tanks that were called to respond with anti-tank missiles and drones.
جميع من داخل هذه الدبابة تم خطفهم قبل قليل من قبل عناصر كتائب القسام ولنأتينهم بجنود.
The next objective was the army bases and military posts surrounding the Gaza border. This was the second wave of the attack, including more than 1,200 terrorists. Those army bases and posts did not have the number of soldiers to deal with such a massive force, especially on Shabbat when most of them are at home for weekend. The terrorists were able to conquer the Gaza Division headquarters, which is the beating heart of the entire area. One of the main checkpoints to the Gaza Strip, 2 observation posts, and they were able to keep it under their control for many hours.
بأسرع كثيرا مما توقعت قيادة القسام. يعني كان التقدير انه ستكون معركة تستمر لساعات طويلة. الفرقة انهارت خلال وقت قصير مثالي.
Once the military defenses of the area were neutralized, the way of getting to civilians was easy. Every group of terrorists was assigned to a specific location, and the number of terrorists was according to the size of the target. For example, Be'eri, which considered a big kibbutz in the area, about 1,000 people, was charged by no less than 100 terrorists. Other terrorists located themselves on main roads and intersections that led to the attacked areas to prevent the rescue forces from arriving. At some of the kibbutzes, the preparedness squad, meaning a group of organized civilians that are armed and ready for any scenario, were able to heroically push the terrorists. Others were not so lucky and unfortunately were taken. At the same time, there was a huge outdoor techno party nearby that had about 3,000 participants. They were not aware of what was going on, and authorities believed that the terrorists that arrived at that area were the ones that infiltrated with paragliders. That way they were able to attack from different directions on such a wide territory.
ניסינו להתחיל לברוח, אבל בעצם ראינו שכל הכבישים מסביב ממש חסומים ואין לנו איפה לברוח. אנחנו קולטים רכב מתקרב אלינו במהירות ומתוכו יורדים כמה מחבלים ומתחילים לירות עלינו.
The massacre at the party continued till 12 midday, and for many hours the Israeli authorities didn't really know what was going on there. They had no idea how massive and cruel this attack was. About the Israeli omission, of course, most of that could have been prevented.
The stunning revelations raise questions as to how Hamas was able to train so openly, so close to the border for so long.
The signs were there, the intense training of Hamas next to the border, the demonstrations next to the fence over their course. Early actions were taken like placing explosive charges. In the night before the attack, an unusual activity was observed in the Gaza Strip that led to a military evaluation that at its end, the conclusion was that it's just another drill or training.
להזהיר את אזרחי ישראל, אנחנו מתקרבים קרבה מסוכנת לעימות אלים רב-זירתי. לפי דיווחי מערכת הביטחון, מספר ההתרעות ביהודה ושומרון הוא חסר תקדים. גם האירועים האחרונים ליד הגדר בעזה הם בדיוק הסוג שהוביל בעבר לסבבי לחימה.
About one thing there is no argument. Hamas has planned the attack to the most minute details. They used modern combat methods that astonished and shocked the Israeli Defense Forces, thanks to the knowledge and tools provided by Iran.
להכניס לדוגמה לסל היכולות של חמאס רחפני תקיפה, צוללות לא מאוישות, יכולות בסייבר, שיכולות גם להתגבר על כיפת ברזל. זה דברים שהוא מקבל מאיראן, והופך אותם מעוד ארגון טרור פלסטיני עם יכולות מסוימות, למשהו שהוא כבר בסדר גודל אחר.
These images of terrorists walking comfortably in Israel territory, not even looking worried or tense, raise some serious questions that for the moment don't have answers.